I've made it to 1 month post-op in this video, which means that I can chew again, which is so exciting. I just remember genuinely feeling like crying first time I bit into food after the surgery. And the first thing that I ate, I think it was a slice of bread with butter and Vegemite. And if you know me, you know that that is a relatively predictable choice. But I can't find the video of me eating it for the first time, which I'm really sad about because that was a really cool video. This doesn't make sense. It's like all the videos that I shot were all together in the same place on the same device, but this random video of me eating for the first time isn't there and I can't find it and it's really sad. So just know that that's what I was eating, and then afterwards I had a little bit of a chat to camera about what it's like chewing food for the first time after having double jaw surgery, because it's bloody weird and it takes time and it just doesn't feel right. So yeah, that's the stitch with the 1 month post-op update. In terms of 2022 updates, I literally just got back from the orthodontist because of this tooth, and I've been wearing it every night when I go to sleep. And that's a fair amount of time because I'm usually in bed. Like, I usually have my retainer on for like 10 hours, I reckon. I've also been wearing it when I've just been like flopping about at home and like no one's around and I don't have to talk to anyone, but I haven't been wearing it 24/7. Definitely not. Anyway, basically that means that things are moving slower, but he tightened my retainer and I'll be wearing it whenever I can, as much as I can, as much as I want to. The other thing is that like bit of recession on like the bottom tooth at the front, apparently it's improved. So that's also good news because we don't like receding teeth. And I'm pretty sure that it literally just was a result of me getting my braces, moving my teeth around, and it made that tooth recede, which isn't good, but I guess you're always gonna have some kind of hiccup with a major procedure like I had. So if that's mine, then that's okay. And in terms of feeling, like, this is like coming back even more. To be honest with you, I feel like it doesn't bug me as much as it did 6 months ago, and I've literally been over 2 years since I had the surgery. And I got told that at the 1 month, and I got told that at the 1 year post-op mark, that would be how feeling would be for the rest of my life. But I think it's improved even more since then, which is interesting and good. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I am officially 4 weeks, 2 days post-op. So I've made the 1 month mark and continued on. I was planning to do a video on Wednesday because that would have been exactly 1 month post-op, but I was actually feeling quite down. Yeah, I didn't really feel like doing anything. Probably should have done a video, but I just really wasn't feeling up to it. So I'm doing one now because I'm feeling a bit better. I think like the main reason I was feeling down is because it all kind of just hit me. Like, I think I'm starting to look more like I did prior to surgery, just with, you know, my new mouth and teeth where they're meant to be and all of that. But I do feel that I look quite different at the same time, obviously, because things have changed. I'm just getting used to that and I'm adjusting to how I look now, because as much as it's like a good thing and like I'm excited that it's all done and I'm happy, I also do feel like I've lost a part of me. It's really weird. It's such an up and down thing, and it's like 1 minute I can be feeling fine about it all and I'm really happy, and then the next I'm just like really down in the dumps. Oh, I don't think I've done a video since I was cleared to chew. I was cleared to chew on Monday, which was 2 days before 1 month post-op. It's hurting a little bit on this side when I chew, which is the place where my stitches came undone. And I'm pretty sure everything's fine, but like there's a little voice in my head saying, you know, that shouldn't be the case and that something's wrong and I should go get it checked out, but it's just tricky. Basically, I stopped chewing when it started hurting too much, and I haven't done much chewing today and I didn't do much chewing yesterday. When I chew on this side, it's totally fine and it doesn't hurt at all. It's just like difficult and takes forever. But when I chew on this side, on top of it being difficult and taking forever, it also hurts. Kind of aches. Kind of like when you get your braces tightened, like that period for like a day or so afterwards where it's like touching hurts. It's not quite that bad, but it's noticeable. And what are you doing? Anyway, one other thing is I keep on thinking that my top jaw was brought too far forward, because like it does feel like I have an overbite, and I do have an overbite. I actually do. Like, I feel like it looks really weird My side profile looks really weird, which is what this whole surgery is supposed to like improve the appearance of. Not that like I ever really cared, it's just that it's interesting that I feel like it looks worse now. Maybe that'll change, maybe it won't. I'm sure I'll adjust to it all, it just takes time. Eating's a pain in the ass, I hate eating, which is really sad because it's so much fun to eat when you can like chew really quickly. I haven't taken Panadol for like at least a week, like maybe 2. So I am pretty much officially off pain meds altogether. Every now and again I've had the urge to take Panadol, but that's just been because it's hurt when I've chewed. Instead of taking Panadol, I've just stopped chewing because I'm like, it shouldn't be hurting to chew. Hopefully it'll just rectify itself on its own. I also noticed on like this side down here, I think it's just a scar, but it feels kind of funny. You can see there that I got my scar from where they cut me. And this here, it's like lumpy, whereas on this side, I got it there too. I mean, it does actually feel quite similar. It just hurts on this side, and I don't know why. Should maybe check that out with my surgeon, but when he went to clear me, he was like feeling, I put his finger along there and kind of pressed down. He was like, does that hurt? And I was like, I can notice it hurts here a little bit. It's totally tolerable, but it just, like I noticed it when he pressed along there, whereas I didn't really notice it when he pressed everywhere else. And he seemed to think that was okay. Like clicking and stuff is fine when you're starting to chew. He's like, that's probably just a bit of cartilage finding its new position, but it shouldn't hurt. And if it does hurt, ease off the next meal. So that's what I've been doing. And it hasn't hurt today, but I haven't really tried to chew. The trickiest part is that even if it's not hurting, it's still really tricky. And I also don't want to just like chew on this side and just like wear it down, because that's not good for your teeth either. And I'm also like paranoid about not using all of my mouth to chew, because I'm like, what if I need to use all of my mouth to chew so that it can figure out where everything is? And if I'm just chewing on one side all the time, is that going to mean that like I've got a weird bite again? Like, it's all paranoia, but maybe it's valid. Well, I don't see my surgeon again for 6 weeks. And he was like, you can come in if you have any complications, but you're doing great, everything's great. So hopefully that's all good. He said I'm a tiny bit puffy, but like barely anything, and you know, I didn't really get swollen at all. I've mentioned that many times. I'm seeing my orthodontist on the 3rd of March, which is still another week away. I'm pretty sure I'm getting my braces tightened then, which will be the first time I've had them tightened since about December, early December, which ain't gonna be fun. But at least we're getting the post-surgery train going. I go in and out of liking how I look now. I keep thinking my nose looks really big. I think that's partly just because I had quite a small nose before surgery, so I'm just adjusting to the fact that there's a bigger thing in the middle of my face and it's more upturned, which I don't think I really mind. It's just different. It's not even like you dislike it or like it. It's just different, and you're like, huh, that is gonna take some time to feel like it's me. I went out to a theatre show the other night, and that was the first time that I've been properly outside for something other than a surgeon appointment or an orthodontist appointment or going to the shops to get groceries. But like, I just found that walking along the street, like I bumped into someone who knew the person who I was with, and just like smiling and stuff, I felt like when like people don't know that you've just had double jaw surgery, they kind of just think, oh, this is how this person is, this is how this person looks. And I kind of had like a really weird smile. When I smile without showing teeth at the moment, it looks really odd, partly because I think my muscles aren't working yet, and also because I've got like a fuller top jaw and my braces make my lip stick out even more. I know I shouldn't care, and I know it's like all just stupid stuff, but part of you's cringing at the fact that you're like going out in public and everybody's looking at you and thinking, they look a little funny. I know it's so superficial and just silly, and I shouldn't care, but part of me does. You know, it's weird, because even prior to surgery, I sometimes would go out and be like, yeah, I think I look kind of funny. My smile looks kind of funny, people can see my underbite, but it didn't bug me at all. And I think it was partly because I knew it was changing. Like, I knew in a few months I was gonna have surgery and it'd all be fixed. But now that the surgery's happened and this is my new face, I'm like, well, maybe I'm just gonna look like this for the rest of my life. I just have to learn to accept it. And at the same time, it's 4 weeks out from surgery. Like, I'm sure my face is gonna settle more, and I'm sure this puffiness here is gonna go down. You probably don't even think like I have any, but on the side, on the side I feel like it's quite obvious. And I've also noticed that my jaw sometimes like goes into the position that it used to be, like randomly. Sometimes I'll feel these teeth touching. It just feels funny. Like, I know that sometimes when I like bite down, my jaw does like this again for some reason. It's just figuring out where everything is, which is okay. But yeah, still weird. Still have heaps of orthodontic work to do, getting all the teeth lining up correctly so that it's even easier to chew, and that hasn't happened yet, so everything isn't settled yet. After 4 weeks of it all, you're like, okay, I've had enough, thanks. That being said, I feel like I had a really smooth process, and I feel like I could almost just go back to living my normal life now. Apart from eating. Eating's just a pain in the ass. But other than that, I pretty much have energy levels back. I'm exercising again. Talking's pretty good. It just still feels weird. It feels stiff. Like this morning I woke up and my lips were just stiff. So this hasn't relaxed and it kind of changes. Yeah, I don't know. Changes from day to day. Sometimes you feel like the next day is like a sort of step back, but it's not really. Like, feeling back all here, it feels really cold to touch here. My skin feels warm, but it's almost like underneath the skin is icy, but I only notice it when I'm touching it. It feels really cold underneath my skin. It's like so weird. This side I have more feeling back than there. No longer does that tingly thing really, or maybe just slightly. It doesn't burn to like do that anymore. Sometimes I get achy in my joints sometimes.
This tripod goes higher than my tripod.
It's a superior tripod.
No, it's not. It's less portable.
2 ways of looking at it. I pretty much finished everything because it's a long ass video.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have fun then.
Anyway.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, well, that got cut short. Not really. That's the end of the video this time, folks. I'm really struggling with the outro to this video. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, share, comment down below, all those fancy things, and I will see you next time.